tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, look at that. I already got a heart and a like. Hopefully it's for the song because I haven't said nothing yet. So, good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah, I had to go speak at Mile High Sober Living this morning for their treatment people. So I was off doing that this morning. Then I went to my noon meeting. They didn't have a speaker. It's speaker day, so I told my story there. So a little wore out on telling my story today. But welcome, everyone. If you're here watching, please say hello. In the live or the rewatch. Silence my phone here. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Or you're watching the rewatch. Say hi. And then, of course, while I'm talking, if you want to put in your 2 cents, if you have something to say on it, let me know. Also, while we're doing this, I'm a little curious about my sound. In fact, this is perfect because, Chris, you were the one saying that you couldn't hear me well enough. So let me know if the sound quality is okay today, Chris. I would really appreciate that. But good morning, Mr. Livingston. Good afternoon, Mr. Chris Hill. It's good to have you guys here. Today we're going to be talking about self-examination. And we do this a lot. We do a lot of self-examination. But I'm going to read out of ODAT first, like we usually do. Let's see what it has to say today. All right. If a person continues to see only giants, wrote Anais Nin, it means that he is still looking at the world through the eyes of a child. During this 24-hour period, I won't allow myself to be burdened by thoughts of giants and monsters, of things that are the past. Right? There was a saying I heard a long time ago, and it went, "There have been no dragons in my life, only small spiders and stepping in gum." And I could really relate to that. Awesome. Thank you, Chris. I could really relate to that because I tend to make problems bigger than what they actually are. And why do I do that? Because my mind seems to think it's the only way to deal with things. So I won't concern myself about tomorrow until it becomes today. The better I use today, the more likely it is that tomorrow will be bright. Have I extended the hand of caring to another person today? That's a great way to get over your monsters. Not only that, there's a couple of things here. Number one, it's not tomorrow yet, right? Well, you have things to do today. And today I pray, God, may I please grow up. I want to be a Toys R Us kid, man. Fuck growing up. I'm enjoying being 5. Thank you. I no longer see monsters and giants on my walls, those projections of a child's imagination. May I bury my hobgoblins and realize that those epic dream monsters are distortions of my present fears. May they vanish with my fearfulness in the daylight of my new serenity. Today I will put away my childish fears. Let's get to the daily reflection. All right, self-examination. Now, this is April 20th. We ask God to direct our thinking, especially that it be divorced from self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motives. It's a big book, page 86. Ooh, no, not page 86. Okay. This is an into action. When we retire at night, we constructively review our day. Right? That means we're going to think about our day before we go to bed. Was it good? Was it bad? We're going to take, we're going to tally some things up. Okay? But you're going to want to ask yourself some questions. Were we resentful, selfish, dishonest, or afraid? Do we owe an apology? Have we kept something to ourselves which should be discussed with another person at once? Were we kind and loving toward all? What could have we done better? Were we thinking of ourselves most of the time? Or were we thinking of what we could do for others, of what we could pack into the stream of life? But we must be careful not to drift into worry, remorse, or morbid reflection, for that would diminish our usefulness to others. After making our review, we ask God's forgiveness and inquire what corrective measures should be taken. All right? So we're not going to beat up on ourselves about that stuff. Okay? See, you're a human, and you're going to make these things called mistakes. And that's okay. That's what the 10th step is for. The 10th step gives you the right to be wrong. I don't mind being wrong, especially if it makes it right. And so I certainly don't mind. What you're doing, though, is you're going through the day, because if you did do something, then you don't want it to continue on, right? You don't want it to continue happening with that person. So you do need to solve it. Okay. The thing is, you now have this thing called a conscience, and it's going to bother you. Hey, do I owe that person an amends? Yes. If that's the question that you're asking, do I owe? Yes. Right. And then find out where that's at. That is being honest with yourself. Right? It is more important that you are honest with yourself than with God or anyone else. I don't know what you guys think about it, but God already knows anyway. When I pray, I'm not saying, and He hears me there, so He knows, right? On awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. We consider our plans for the day. Now we consider them. We don't make them. Before we begin, we ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking it be divorced from self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motives. Under these conditions, we can employ our mental faculties with assurance, for after all, God gave us brains to use. Our thought life will be placed on a much higher plane when our thinking is cleared of wrong motives. In thinking about our day, we may face indecision. We may not be able to determine which course to take. Here, we ask God for inspiration and intuitive thought or decision. We relax and take it easy. We don't struggle. Right? So the thing is, okay, God, I'm trying to figure this out. Can you help me with a little bit of direction? And then I'm going to go on with my day. I will get my answer as long as I'm being open-minded and willing, and I'm listening. We're often surprised how the right answers come after we have tried this for a while. What used to be a hunch or occasional inspiration gradually becomes a working part of the mind. So the more you do this, you're going to create what's called muscle memory. And then you will do it automatically. We especially be free of self-will. We may ask for ourselves, however, if others will be helped. We are careful never to pray for our own selfish ends. Many of us have wasted a lot of time doing that, and it doesn't work. You can easily see why. Right? That's why foxhole prayers never really worked. Right? Oh, God, get me out of jail. Eventually I got out, but not the time that I thought I wanted, right? So the trick there is to let God handle it from there and do what you need to be doing. So we don't need to worry about that because, number one, it isn't here, right? Number two, God does that stuff. Stay on your path. You have other things to do. Go do them. When said sincerely, this prayer teaches me to be truly unselfish and humble. What prayer? It's your prayer. For even doing good deeds, I often used to seek approval and glory for myself. All right. I'm going to use the door example here. You see somebody that walk toward the door, you run up there, you open it for them. They walk through it. They don't even say thank you or even recognize you did it. You get butthurt. Right? What were your motives? What were your intentions? Right? Was your intention just to be nice to another person without getting anything in return? Because that's what the expectation should be. None. Noonie. So go hold the door open and don't care whether they say thank you or not. It's not the point of you doing it. Okay? Or are you just opening them up for pretty ladies? You should be opening that door for... I'm sorry, but if I see a woman walking towards the door and I can get there before, I do. It's just how I am. I like making people's days. I tell you, they usually say thank you when they see you run up to the door and make a concerted effort. And it shouldn't matter who it is. When I put God in charge of my thinking, much needless worry is eliminated, and I believe He guides me throughout the day. When I eliminate thoughts of self-pity, dishonesty, and self-centeredness, as soon as they enter my mind, I find peace with God, my neighbor, and myself. There again, that's that muscle memory that I was talking about, that it will just become a natural thing. Letting go and letting God will become a natural thing. And that's where you'll find that you'll be able to match that serenity and calamity. That you can be serenity, that you can be serene in the midst of a bunch of calamity. So, cool. All right, guys, I will be back tomorrow for daily reflection. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. I love you. Peace out and have a day.